Imagine being 75 and realizing that getting up from a chair has become a nearly impossible task. Your legs feel fragile, as if made of cotton, and your arms can barely hold a shopping bag. Even with a protein-rich diet and regular exercise, your muscles continue to weaken. It seems unfair, doesn't it? But what if I told you that everything you've heard about gaining muscle mass after 60 is wrong? The truth is shocking and will turn your routine upside down. About 93% of seniors are wasting time, spending money on protein shakes and gym memberships, without realizing they're missing out on the only nutrient that truly helps rebuild aging muscles. And it's not what you think. A recent study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed something impressive. Older people who consumed this specific nutrient gained about 1.5 kilo of pure muscle in just 6 months. Those who opted for conventional proteins saw almost no results. The difference? They were consuming something your grandmother probably threw away. I'm Dr. Anna Laura, and I want to know, have you subscribed to our channel yet? Where are you watching from now? Tell me in the comments if, despite all your efforts, your muscles continue to disappear. After more than 30 years caring for thousands of patients with sarcopenia, that cruel muscle-wasting disease that affects about 50 million older adults worldwide, I've discovered a secret the supplement industry tries to hide. The real way to rebuild muscle after 60 isn't by increasing your protein intake, but by focusing on collagen. And no, I'm not talking about those common supplements you see on TV, which are practically useless. Let me tell you what happened last week. William, a 79-year-old man, arrived at my office in a wheelchair, pushed by his wife. They were both visibly tired and desperate. "Doctor," she told me, "we've tried everything. Protein powder, testosterone therapy, physical therapy. Nothing works. He can't even get up to hug his grandchildren." So I asked, "What kind of collagen do you take?" They looked at each other, confused. William pulled out an expensive bottle of those collagen tablets and replied, $60 a month for over a year. That's when I had to tell you the truth the industry doesn't want you to know. These tablets lack the essential component for collagen to actually rebuild muscle. It's like buying a nice car without an engine. It looks amazing. It's expensive, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Today, I'll reveal 2 sources of liquid collagen that have 8 times greater muscle rebuilding power than traditional bone broth. The second was so highly valued that ancient Chinese healers called it the fountain of strength. But first, let me explain why everything you've done so far may be hurting you. The protein lie that actually robs you of muscle. Margaret, a 72-year-old woman, came to my office last month. She goes to the gym regularly and drinks a protein shake every morning. She seemed to be on the right track until she confessed to me, with tears in her eyes, "Doctor, I've been losing muscle for the past 2 years. I'm dizzy, and I can't play with my grandchildren anymore. I just had to ask one simple question. How much collagen do you consume?" She looked at me blankly. "But I take collagen pills every day," she replied. It was at that moment that I needed to tell her some news that no one likes to hear. Those expensive collagen supplements she was taking, they actually lack the key ingredient that makes collagen actually work to rebuild muscle: gelatin. Let me tell you, the secret manufacturers don't want you to know. These collagen supplements undergo a high-temperature process that destroys the gelatin matrix. Without this gelatin, collagen loses its ability to repair muscle fibers. It's like trying to build a house with bricks but no mortar to hold it all together. The structure simply won't hold. But there's something even more worrying. The supplement industry has known this for decades. A leaked internal document from a major supplement company revealed that their products have virtually no bioavailability for muscle regeneration. Yet they continue to sell these products to desperate seniors, charging high prices. A study from the University of Tokyo showed something impressive. Natural collagen sources with intact gelatin increased muscle mass by up to 340%, more than traditional supplements based on isolated collagen. Yet millions of people end up wasting money on products that don't work. The study followed 200 elderly individuals for a year. Half took conventional supplements, and the other half consumed natural collagen with preserved gelatin. The group that used the supplements saw little improvement. Some even lost muscle mass. Those who opted for natural collagen gained, on average, 2 kilos of lean muscle and reported feeling decades younger. What's more, even those who consume bone broth thinking they're getting enough collagen are probably not getting the right dose. A bowl of beef bone broth contains only 6 to 8 grams of collagen, while older people need at least 15 grams daily to combat sarcopenia. This means they would need 3 bowls a day. something virtually no one does. Furthermore, there's a little-known detail about beef bone broth. The collagen present in it is mostly type 3, which is great for skin, but hardly helps with muscle recovery. To truly regenerate muscle, types I and II are needed, which are rare in beef bone broth. Now, the Japanese discovery that changed everything. In Okinawa, Japan, there's a village where 80-year-olds have the muscle mass of 50-year-olds. Scientists were intrigued. After all, these residents aren't bodybuilders and don't take supplements, but they had a special habit. Every morning, they drank a broth made with an ingredient most Americans dismiss. When researchers analyzed this broth, they found it contains between 12 and 15 grams of bioavailable collagen per cup, almost double what regular bone broth offers. Most importantly, this collagen is marine collagen, which is 1.5 times more effective than terrestrial collagen. The reason? Marine collagen's molecular structure is much smaller, with a molecular weight of only 3,000 daltons, compared to bovine collagen's 15,000 daltons. This allows it to penetrate muscle cell membranes 5 times more easily, dramatically accelerating muscle reconstruction. It's like comparing water flowing easily through a garden hose to honey trying to flow through the same pipe, much slower and more difficult. This discovery paved the way for a groundbreaking study. A group of 120 elderly people with severe muscle loss received this special broth every day for 6 months. The results were so impressive that researchers had to review the data several times. On average, each participant gained 1.5 kilo of pure muscle. The group that drank regular bone broth gained only 0.4 kilo. But the study revealed something even more surprising. The improvements weren't limited to muscle. 87% of participants began sleeping better, 92% felt more energetic during the day, and 76% noticed a significant reduction in chronic joint pain. One participant, a 77-year-old former teacher, said she felt reborn and returned to teaching yoga, something she hadn't done in years. Now, let me tell you what the #1 source of liquid collagen is. The ocean's secret to rebuilding muscle. Broth made from fish skin. That's right. That skin we usually discard has more muscle-building power than any supplement on the market. Each cup provides between 12 and 15 grams of type I marine collagen, exactly the type your body needs to repair and strengthen muscles. But what makes this broth truly special is the size of the collagen molecules in fish skin. They're smaller than those from other sources, allowing them to penetrate deep into muscle tissue, where they're most needed. It's like trying to get a basketball through a chain-link fence versus a golf ball. One is much easier. Furthermore, fish skin collagen has a unique amino acid profile, particularly rich in glycine and proline, 2 essential elements for muscle repair but often lacking in older people. Glycine, for example, makes up 33% of collagen's structure and is vital for the production of creatine, which fuels muscle contractions. Dr. Yamamoto of the Kyoto Medical Center made an incredible discovery. Fish skin broth is not only a powerful source of collagen, but it's also rich in omega-3 fatty acids and selenium, which help reduce muscle inflammation by up to 47%. This means your muscles can finally use the protein you eat, instead of wasting it fighting inflammation. Omega-3s, especially EPA and DHA found in fish skin, activate a pathway called the mTOR signaling pathway, which acts as a master switch for muscle growth. When mTOR is activated, your muscles go into building mode, forming new tissue instead of losing mass. It's worth remembering that big pharmaceutical companies have already spent billions trying to create drugs that do this, but fish skin does it naturally. Remember Robert? At 78, he had been confined to a wheelchair for 2 years due to muscle weakness. His daughter started making broth from salmon skins she picked up for free at the local fish market. 6 weeks later, Robert took his first steps on his own. 3 months later, Robert was walking 1.5 miles every day. "It's like someone gave me 20 years of life back," he told me, tears streaming down his face. Preparing fish skin broth is simpler than you might think. Simply save salmon or cod skins and cook them in water for 2 to 3 hours, along with fresh ginger and a little sea salt. When the broth cools, it should turn gelatinous, a sign that it's full of collagen, the fuel your muscles need to grow and strengthen. And ginger? It's not just there for flavor. It contains compounds called gingerols, which help the body absorb up to 23% more collagen. Sea salt provides essential electrolytes that facilitate the transport of amino acids to muscle cells. Each ingredient has its role. For breakfast, You can mix this broth with scrambled eggs for an extra protein boost. For lunch, use it as a base for a vegetable soup. And for dinner, drink a warm cup about 30 minutes before your meal to prepare your digestive system and ensure optimal collagen absorption. But fish skin broth alone isn't enough. There's another, even more powerful source. And when you combine the two, something almost miraculous happens. Let's move on to the second secret, the ancient Chinese muscle elixir, chicken foot broth. I know what you're thinking. Crow's feet? Sounds gross, right? But listen carefully, because this could be the key to maintaining your independence for much longer. This broth offers 15 to 18 grams of collagen per cup, with 70% pure protein, primarily type I and II collagen. Exactly what your muscles need to rebuild themselves and strengthen the connective tissue that keeps them firm. And what makes chicken feet so special? They have the highest concentration of collagen of any part of the animal. To give you an idea, while chicken breasts are only 20% protein, chicken feet are 70% collagen protein. You'd need to eat 4 chicken breasts to get the same amount of collagen as in a single serving of this broth. For over 3,000 years, traditional Chinese medicine has recommended chicken foot soup to treat a debilitating condition, now known as sarcopenia, the loss of muscle mass with age. Ancient healers already knew that chicken feet were rich in compounds that promote muscle growth, even without understanding exactly why. Modern science, in turn, has discovered that chicken feet contain unique proteoglycans that reactivate satellite cells, stem cells in muscles that generate new muscle fibers. The problem is that after age 60, the activity of these cells drops by half. Chicken foot broth can reactivate them. A South Korean study followed 85 elderly people for 4 months. Those who consumed the broth 3 times a week increased leg strength by 28% and reduced muscle pain by 45%. The researchers were so impressed that they declared this broth superior to all commercial supplements. And there's one more thing. Chicken foot broth also contains natural glucosamine and chondroitin, the same expensive compounds you find in joint supplements. So you get muscle-building collagen and joint support in one powerful drink. The glucosamine in chicken feet is bound to collagen proteins, making it 3 times more bioavailable than synthetic supplements. This means your joints actually absorb and utilize these nutrients, unlike those that just pass through your body without having an effect. Meet Helen, 81. She could no longer climb stairs, and her children were already considering putting her in a nursing home. As a last resort, she started drinking chicken foot broth every day. 8 weeks later, she was not only climbing stairs, but had also joined a walking group. "My kids can't believe it," she says with a laugh. "They think I'm on steroids. Want to make this broth?" Simmer clean chicken feet over low heat for 4 to 6 hours, along with onions and herbs for flavor. After cooling, the broth should be thick and gelatinous. This gelatin is the secret weapon your muscles need. But here's the secret to synergy. Why you need both types of broth. When you combine fish skin broth with chicken foot broth, something magical happens. Marine collagen is rapidly absorbed and works for immediate muscle repair, while chicken collagen offers longer-lasting structural support. Together, they form a complete amino acid profile that triggers muscle growth you never imagined possible. Think of it this way. Fish collagen is the savior that arrives quickly to repair the damage, and chicken collagen is the builder that builds a strong, resilient foundation. For maximum recovery, you need both. A Japanese study showed that alternating between marine and terrestrial collagen increased muscle protein synthesis by 67% compared to using just one source. It's like giving your muscles a complete toolbox instead of a single hammer. But before you rush to prepare these powerful broths, pay attention. There are 3 common foods that, when consumed alongside collagen, create toxic compounds that destroy your muscles instead of strengthening them. I've seen patients drink broths religiously for months without results, and these dangerous combinations were to blame. Let's move on to the number 1 deadly food, white rice, the silent killer of muscles. At first glance, it seems harmless, even healthy. But when you eat white rice with collagen-rich broths, it can cause a real metabolic disaster. White rice has a very high glycemic index, 73, higher than pure sugar. This sudden spike in blood sugar blocks the body's ability to absorb collagen. In a 2019 study, 200 older adults were followed for 8 weeks. Those who consumed white rice along with collagen-rich meals had 40% less muscle protein synthesis. And there's something even scarier. The combination of white rice and the minerals in the broth produces compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These AGEs are toxic and accumulate in muscle tissue, causing inflammation and accelerating muscle breakdown. Margaret, the patient I mentioned earlier, ate white rice with every meal containing collagen. 3 weeks after switching from rice to quinoa, she gained 2 pounds of muscle, and her energy skyrocketed. So, here's a crucial tip. Never eat white rice within 2 hours of consuming collagen broth. Your muscles depend on it. Now, let's move on to deadly food number 2, alcohol, the nocturnal muscle destroyer. That glass of wine with dinner, or that last drink before bed, is sabotaging your muscle-building potential. Just 1 glass of alcohol can disrupt muscle protein synthesis by 37%, and when combined with collagen, alcohol blocks mTOR signaling, the primary pathway your muscles use to absorb amino acids. Harvard researchers followed 150 elderly people for 12 weeks. Those who consumed alcohol within 4 hours of taking collagen showed virtually no muscle growth. Worse still, alcohol and collagen create aldehydes, toxic compounds that accumulate in muscles, causing permanent damage. Remember Robert? At 82, he drank chicken foot broth every night, followed by his medicinal whiskey. Even after consuming high-quality collagen for 4 months, his muscles continued to atrophy. 6 weeks after eliminating alcohol, his grip strength increased by 23%, and he gained 800 grams of lean muscle. If you're serious about building muscle, avoid alcohol for at least 24 hours on the days you consume collagen. And finally, deadly food number 3, bacon, the breakfast poison. I know, it's hard to give up. Bacon seems like the perfect complement to your collagen broth, but this processed meat is secretly sabotaging your muscle efforts in ways you never imagined. A single slice of bacon contains over 400 milligrams of sodium, plus nitrates and preservatives. When combined with mineral-rich broths, your sodium levels skyrocket, causing inflammation that directly blocks muscle protein synthesis. A 2020 Harvard study followed 180 older adults with sarcopenia. Those who ate processed meats, such as bacon, along with protein meals, had 45% more inflammation and 30% less muscle growth. The nitrates in bacon block the absorption of amino acids at the cellular level. But there's something even more dangerous that few people know. The preservatives in bacon react with the amino acids in collagen, forming nitrosamines, compounds linked to muscle degeneration and even cancer. Essentially, you're creating poison within your digestive system. Dorothy, 85, used to add bacon to her fish skin broth every morning. After 5 months of no results and worsening joint pain, she swapped bacon for herbs and grilled chicken. Within 3 weeks, her inflammation had dropped by 40%, and she finally started gaining muscle. Your 7-day muscle transformation protocol. Now that you know what to consume and what to avoid, here's your specific action plan. Days 1 to 3, start with a cup of fish skin broth for breakfast. Avoid the 3 deadly foods completely. Days 4 and 5, add a cup of chicken foot broth in the evening, 30 minutes before dinner. Days 6 and 7, alternate the 2 broths. Fish skin in the morning for quick absorption, and chicken feet at night for repair while you sleep. Monitor your health. Most patients report increased energy in just 72 hours and a noticeable improvement in strength within 2 weeks.